if you're doing something, putting your 100% effort into that and being present while doing it. And by present, I mean like embracing all of it, not just like, oh, like I'm winning today or like I'm losing today. Not just that. Like you have to embrace every single moment of it. Like you have to enjoy the running, you have to enjoy the practice, you have to enjoy the race, you have to enjoy the disappointment, you have to enjoy the celebration, all of it, like all of it together. If you can't do that, then just maybe like look somewhere else, because disappointment is part of growth.
Ladies and gentlemen, the legend himself, I feel like his name is popping up left and right because he's about to take over the sport of the marathon, and he's got a really cool story. Haftu Knight sitting across from me. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you, man. Thank you for the introduction. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
I definitely heard of your name when you ran for Texas, Hook 'em baby. But
Okay, let's
outside of
go.
that, I feel like you've really sprung onto the scene over the past year, and I think more people are starting to talk about you and just the sport as a whole of the marathon in the U.S. We're
Yeah,
getting better and better, which is exciting as a fan. How cool is it to see your story get more recognition and see the progress yourself?
man, it's great. I love the marathon, and I love everything that comes with it. The training, nutrition, just like dedicating yourself to um, the training like 100%, and like seeing the fruit that comes after having a race. So I really do like appreciate even um, like the smallest things, like it could be as small as like having somebody to run with, having like a group to train with, having the right people that surround you is very very important, and it's big. So I have like a big influence on being a runner. So yeah, I appreciate it.
I saw some pictures from the Chicago Marathon this year, which you ran, and
Mhm.
I saw some pictures with you running stride for stride with Galen Rupp. I feel like he was a guy as a kid growing up that like was like the only guy in America who's really giving the marathon a good shot. Obviously, he medaled 2016 Olympics. Was that crazy for you to share some strides with Galen and be like, oh boy, we're in the
Yeah,
big leagues now? Like obviously
yeah.
Galen's, on the other end of his career, but still probably pretty cool for you.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is like an eye opener to just be like with those legends like Galen Rock, like you just said, um, going beside him until mile 22, 23, I'd say. Um, but yeah, man, like he is such a great guy. Just not just like as a runner, but also like as a person. He's a great dude, and someone like me, like young runners coming up, is like it's something that we look forward to, and like look forward to being places that he's been. So it was very inspiring to go with Galen Rob, stride for stride for sure, as you said in the video.
Yeah, let's talk about your time at Texas. When you were running there, doing those workouts, did you know that you had talent for the marathon, or was this something that kind of surprised you post collegiately?
I know I like distance for sure. I did like running distance, like whether it's like a long run, even like when I was at UT or even high school, uh, like when I go like longer distances, I definitely like love like the longer runs and stuff like that. Um, but a marathon, man, that's a lot. A marathon is a lot, and you like 100%. You won't know until you actually try it, and it could go either way, like one of two. There's no like middle ground between like in a marathon, so you can go either like, oh, like I feel great, like this is something that I feel very confident in, and I feel like I could do it, um, versus like, man, this is not for me. So as soon as I finished my first marathon, it was like, man, I love this. So yeah,
I love it, man. I read
great.
something somewhere, so correct me if I'm wrong, because the story is crazy if this is true, but I believe it. I heard somewhere that you used to be a shepherd in Ethiopia. How do
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, you have such a cool story. How'd you go from that to America and ultimately becoming a professional runner? And how cool is that story? And what's the takeaway message that you want someone out there who sees you rip in 209, sees you running with Galen, a kid back home in Ethiopia, to say like, hey, you can do this too if you want to.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And so basically, like as you probably saw, I was born and raised in Ethiopia, in a small village called Jalot, and that's where I was a shepherd. basically like a working person in a household kind of thing. Like no matter how old you are, how young you are, you still have to contribute to life, and that's what life is basically there. But I mean, I guess that's kind of like life everywhere. But um, living there, I was a shepherd. Grew up like a shepherd, and every day it's like a 5K walk to the mountains, 5K walk back with the herds, and that's basically like what I did morning to night. So when I came to the United States, I was adopted to Tyler, Texas, and I started learning English. And then also, like, while during that process, I start running during my breaks, and I just really liked it because I mean, it gave me something to do other than just sitting in a chair all day learning. So, and my mom was like very supportive of that. Like, she's very active herself, so like she was very um, inspired, like, and also like I mean, inspiring to for me to just go out there and start running from the house and coming back to the house. So it started like that. Like the running part started like that. Like I never really thought of myself, oh, like I'm gonna go be a runner until I went to Tyler Legacy now high school and started running for Coach Baker, and that's where I started. And my junior senior year, I went to 4 years. I went to state, but my junior senior year, I got third and fourth, and uh, went to UT, got recruited by UT, started running there. Um, Man, it's amazing. It's a great way of like running is a great way of communication with people and making friends and just feeling part of the community. Especially in Austin, it's such a big running community, and it's like to be like running for the University of Texas. On top of that, like on top of being like in a running community, it just means something a little bit more. So I just like, it's exciting. Every race, every run is very exciting. Just running through the city, Town Lake, it's a great scene, and it's very inspiring to keep going as a runner. So yeah, man.
I love it. I love it. What was the point in high school where you realized you had talent for the sport? Specifically to the point of getting recruited. Of course, you're not from America, so I'm sure it was kind of a learning gap of like, oh, what's this D1 thing everyone's talking about? And then
Mhm.
you go run for one of the best schools in the country. What was that whole process like?
I would say just talking to my Coach Baker in high school, my junior year specifically, it was like winning small local races and small like even like what is it called uh, cross country meets during the school year and cross country year, and like winning those small races, it was just very inspiring, and also like makes you hungry for more. So I've always like since since I started racing, actually, like I've always been like the kind of person that's like really competitive. I take competition to to the next level. I took it personally, like to go out of my way to, um, like be in the top or like even be number one. Like I mean, that's what everybody aspires to be. Is like and just like everybody, like I want to be the number one. So at every race, I'm putting my 100% effort, and so yeah, like that's how it started, and my running career kind of took off when I was a junior in high school, and I was like, okay, like I want to run in college. That's when I started thinking about running college. And my coach like start inspiring that idea, like of me running in college and getting a scholarship, in which I end up getting a scholarship to go to the University of Texas. And I was offered like by a couple other schools as well, but ultimately chose to go to UT of my own choice. So yeah.
What was the decision to continue your career out of Texas? You had a pretty successful career there. You were the 2022 Big 12 10K champion, NCAA Cross Country All-American. You set a school record of 13:32 for the 5K and 28:30 for the 10K. So you had good marks, but they weren't per se you
Yeah.
know, Nico Young or Charles Hicks, where Nike was knocking at your door. So I'm curious, what was the gap between like having a good career, but still
Mhm.
betting on yourself that like, okay, I'm not going to go the corporate 9 to 5 route and I still
Yeah,
want to do this and I'm going to stay in Texas?
100%. And so for first, it was curiosity, I would say. Like I was just very, very curious of like what the marathon is. Like, everybody talks about the marathon, whether it's just like running 10-hour marathon or like 2-hour marathon. It didn't make really a difference to me. Like what what captured me was the fact that everybody's like, man, the marathon is something. The marathon is something. So I want to give it like a hard go. And I started training with Coach Jeff, like still my coach right now. Um,
The GOAT.
yeah, he's him. He's definitely him. Fun fact: uh, he held the high school record of my high school, and then I broke his record.
Really? I didn't know you guys went to the same high school.
Yeah, we went to the same high school, which is
That's
actually funny.
crazy.
But
Small
yeah,
world.
yeah. And so I kind of knew about Coach Jeff before joining his team at Bat City. So yeah, like sorry, it was like I graduated from school from college, and then after graduation, I wanted to do a marathon. I contacted Coach Jeff, and then he's like, "Yeah, definitely. Like, I'll train you, and we'll get you there for sure." And we end up doing Indianapolis first marathon and running 2:17. And when I finished, it was not even like about like running 2:17 or anything like that. It was about like when I finished, I was really, really, really excited for the next one because I was like, oh my God, like this is my calling. This is marathon is what I want to do. So, and then Coach Jeff saw that 100%. In even Mitch, my teammate from Bat City, also saw that. He's like, man, that's incredible attitude to have. Like that's a great way to start to your marathon career. So I was like, yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. And I didn't really kind of like understand what he meant, but now looking back, I understand exactly what he meant because um, starting with a great attitude is like a great way to start anything, honestly. So.
Bat City is, you know, born and bred in Austin, Texas. You ran at the University of Texas. I
Yeah.
don't know if I know two humans who love Austin, Texas more than Mitch Ammons and Jeff Cunningham. What was it like to join a crew? I'm sure there are more, but those guys love Austin.
Man, I thought you were gonna say me. Wow, that's crazy.
Hey, this is our first time talking, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Jeff
yeah, yeah. No, I hear you.
Jeff
I hear
drinks the Kool-Aid. So I had Mitch on the
you.
podcast. I know Mitch pretty well. And
Yeah,
I was just explaining, I was like, I don't think Austin is the best. I lived in Austin for a little bit in 2023 and I died on those runs. Like it was just so hot.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I was like, I don't know if this is the best place to train. And
yeah,
Mitch was like, say that to Jeff. You'll get yelled at. He's like, Jeff
yeah.
thinks this is the greatest place in America to train. So anyways,
100%.
what's it like? Yeah, being a part of a crew that's like truly, you know,
Yeah,
Austin, Texas, also now affiliated with BPN, an
yeah.
amazing company I work with also out of
100%.
Austin. So it's just kind of the whole Texas train down there, baby.
Yeah, 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 dude. Like it's an incredible group. Everybody's very, very passionate. That's something that you look forward to every morning that you join them in a run. Is they're very, very passionate, passionate about Austin, passionate about running, passionate about the people they train with, passionate about their coach, and the coach about his athletes, right? And man, I love Austin. Like I love Austin, and given the opportunity to train with all those guys and under Coach Jeff, I mean, it was amazing. It was incredible. I'm in Colorado Springs right now, training, like an elevation, a little bit of elevation, but I can tell you that heat training is just as important because, man, when I went to, before I went to McKirdy, um, basically all I did was train in Austin, in which I ended up running 209. Um, but man, it's incredible. Like again, like I said, having the great attitude to train with people and coming with a lot of energy and um, a lot of personality. Um, it just helps. It helps so much because Like you're not there to just work out. You're there to work out with your like best buddies and best friends and people that like care about running just as much as you do. People that want it just as much as you do, and so like helping each other, pushing each other to the limits is what's all about. And I love that about that city's group and um, our drive to be the best. So yeah.
What are your favorite Jeff Cunningham moments?
Oh man.
Could be a whole podcast.
Okay. Yeah, it could be a whole podcast, but I'm gonna give you the best three.
Okay.
Um, I love I love when you're coming like on a corner, anywhere. It could be anywhere, like whether it's a race, a practice. It could be in Austin, any other city. You are coming in a corner, and the first thing that you see is Jeff. It's like, bro, how do you teleport? Like, how were you like way back then, and now you're right in front of me? Like, it's crazy. Like his cheerful attitude is it's just it's incredible. Like it's something I've never seen in anybody else. I'll say that much for sure. Um, I love that about Jeff. That's one thing. Another thing is setting goals. When setting goals, Jeff is like very cheerful and happy and all that stuff, like during race and during practice and all that stuff. When you're setting goals with him, sitting down, like he changed like this whole personality, like to a complete silent and focused and just like okay, like he just everything he says and everything like that goes in his head is just like completely serious. It's like, okay, like that's your goals. We're gonna do that 100%, and like this is the way we're gonna go about it. He's a great planner. He's a great planner, and uh, he knows how to get results for sure. He knows how to get results. And another thing that I love about Jeff is he's not just your coach. Like he's best bud with everybody else as well. Like he's your friend, he's your coach, he's like family. Like he just have like a he's like he's the person who hugs the whole family and like just holds it like together. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Yeah, those are like the best things like I can think of like when I think of Jeff. But there's a million things that you can talk about Jeff. Things.
Love the guy. Love the
Yeah,
guy. Shout out Jeff if you're listening.
he's great.
He's probably
He's great.
listening at like
You have a
4
lot of
a.m.
personality. You have a
Yeah,
lot
he's
of
probably
personality.
listening at 4 a.m. on his fourth cup of coffee on his way to win some court case to then make it back to the
Yes.
workout. I don't know how he functions, man. I do not know how he functions. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
No complaints whatsoever. No
Yeah.
complaints. Yeah.
Very positive guy. Curious to
100%.
ask you, you could, pursue anything in life. Why the sport of running? What's special about running to you?
I love running because there are a lot of things that connect me to running. Um, and that is one, like the people that surround me and like what I think about when I'm running. It connects me back to my roots. My mom is very big person in my life. She's very influential in my life, and basically like she she's everything to me. So I love that I can push myself like in running and think about that, like think about the moments, like she would talk to me about doing your best in something. It doesn't have to be running, it doesn't have to be anything, but if you're doing something, putting your 100% effort into that and being present while doing it. And by present, I mean like embracing all of it, not just like, oh, like I'm winning today, um, or like I'm losing today. And not just that. Like you have to embrace every single moment of it. Like you have to enjoy the running. You have to enjoy the practice. You have to enjoy the race. You have to enjoy the disappointment. You have to enjoy the celebration. All of it, like all of it together. If you can't do that, then um, you know, just maybe like look somewhere else, because disappointment is part of growth. If you can understand it, it's something that will push you forward. Like for instance, I can tell you about like I raced Chicago 2 weeks ago. I definitely didn't hit my goal, but that doesn't stop me from striving for more. Uh, that doesn't stop me from going into Houston half or Chicago marathon, or like a Boston marathon, like those big major marathons, and being ambitious. And I and saying like I want to be top 10. I want to be like under the 208 group. I want to be faster. Like I want to run like way faster than I've run, no matter the course, no matter how hard or how easy it is. No excuses. Like if I put the effort, if I put the practice, if I devote myself to this event, to this uh, running life, there's no reason that I can't achieve that. There's just no reason I can't hit those marks that I set for myself. And so yeah, like I mean, running is running is basically life for me, and that's why I will pursue it until I can't no more. So yeah.
Love the mindset. What
Yeah.
can people expect from you? Listening, new fans of Haftu Night, coming months, coming years, big things out of you I know are going to come. What can people expect to watch?
Definitely. Like I mean, like I said, I'm very ambitious, and I do like set high standards for myself. Whether I achieve them or not is not an issue for me. The issue is that I strive to achieve them, and I put myself out there to um, be a go-getter, and that's what I'll always bring to the table is I'll always be a go-getter. So I'm thinking of going to Houston half and Boston Marathon. So be on the lookout.
Haftu Night, remember the name. Final question for you. For those who have listened, what's the final piece of advice that you want to leave with them as they close out this conversation?
I'll say if you are a runner out there and you're trying to run a marathon, it doesn't matter whether you run 2 hours or 4 hours or like 10 hours. Number one important is finish the race. Finish the race. Like it doesn't matter. Anything after that is something that can propel you to progress further. Finishing the marathon and lining up at the starting line is most important part of racing a marathon. So yeah, and like this applies to anything. Like I mean, if you don't put yourself out there, you don't give yourself the chance to do something. So give yourself a favor and put yourself in a position where you can start. So there you go. That's
Love
my
it.
advice.
Amazing. Appreciate it. Haftu, thank you for the time. Final question for you. The question I ask every guest on every single podcast. If you had
100%.
Gordon Ramsay coming over to your house for dinner, what would you choose to make for him? You're cooking in the kitchen. Gordon Ramsay, what's the dish?
I'm cooked. I am cooked. If I have Gordon Ramsay come over to my house and I had to make him something, I would make him something he've never tasted. So it would have to be like some Ethiopian dish. Would
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it would be. I would say it would be tips.
Okay.
Tips. It's
I think
basically
you can
like
catch him off guard. I
yeah,
think you can impress him. Unique
yeah,
culinary
yeah.
experience.
I think I can too. I think if he tasted something he's never tasted before, he can't really judge on that. So
Right.
he'd be merciful on me on that. So hopefully,
Have
yeah,
to. Thank you so much for the conversation. I'll have to get you back on, have a longer conversation, but
yeah,
appreciate your time and words and wisdom and looking forward to supporting your career.
for sure. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you and thank you for having me here.